Hey, I'm Sharon Dawn. Welcome back. Today we are doing a beginner's drawing trick number 2. So I'm going to do a series of these little tricks that just get you quickly drawing, because in our Orange Rainbow Vision journal we want to get you drawing as many of the images as we can, because that will give you an extra connection to those things that you want to manifest in your life. So here we go. So what we have here is an image. I've just got a book. I like that image. I've got some luncheon paper, and I'm going to get a bit of tape, just a bit of tape, and I'm going to stick that down just so it stops curling. Okay, so you can see the image clearly through it. So this is our cheat trick number 2. We could see our image. And I'm going to use my marker pen because I like my squiggly lines in my marker pen, and I'm going to just draw this in, and I'm going to let the lines be a little bit wiggly. I don't have to have them all straight. I like a little wiggle in my drawings, and I'm just going to follow this around, draw this image just as we see it. Now I'm going to continue doing this, and when I've got some of it done I'll come back and show you. So there, I've drawn the image that I want to have, and so I'll now take that off my book, move that out of the way, and I'll still leave it taped down to the table just to hold it flat. Now you can use this and draw another one and copy it across, or you can take this one, and this is an idea I saw in an art journal that I wanted to try, and so I'm going to paint some of these colours in here and do lots of different coloured shapes, remembering of course this paper isn't ideal for watercolours, but you know, I like to use them. So you could use marker pens, just have something behind it because obviously it's going to bleed through. So we'll keep putting colour on as we go around, and remember your journal is a place to experiment both your writing and your art. It's a safe place that you can do anything you like, and there's no judgment. It's just whatever you think, and all I'll say to that is remember that it's only your self-criticism that stops you. You're doing something, and that alone should be celebrated. You're having fun, you're doing something different, and just give it a go. Just see what happens. Like I said, I haven't done this before. I've done the tracing paper when I was learning to draw, but I've never tried painting on it, so it's a bit of a new experience for me. And doing this sort of pattern or anything like this when you're tracing it and then colouring it, it is so meditative. Keeps you in the present moment, and it's just so much fun. So, you know, allow yourself the opportunity to just enjoy whatever you're doing. No pressure, just fun. So I'm going to keep colouring this in, and then I'm going to come back to you. So I'm cutting my circle out now. I've decided not to keep this bigger part of the drawing because it's not going to suit. So you can remember you can do this with any image you want. If it's a building, an animal, you might want to do horses or dogs or cats, people, objects, anything that you want to draw, try tracing it, and then you can do it this style, or you can do anything you like. You can colour it in and stick it onto a background, which is what I'm going to do now. A little bit tricky cutting with the camera in the way, but another fun challenge. And then we're going to pop it on a background, so I'll show you that in a sec. Okay, so I've cut out my image, and I've created a background, just a little bit of orange and blue paint. It's a little bit boring. Want to make it a little bit more fun because I was going to stick that in the middle. So I looked at it and thought, what can I do? So a couple of other little cheat things. I've got myself a old toothbrush and I'm going to get myself some white watercolour paint. Now I don't normally use white because watercolour is about translucent and a white paint is opaque. So it's not something that you use to mix your colours because it makes them dense or opaque. But for this sort of thing, I've got white on my toothbrush and I'm just going to flick it around and just put some nice little blobs everywhere. So I'm going to do that, let that dry, and then I'm going to put some other shapes on my image too. You know, you could have cut out a house, for example, and put it into do a garden, or you could have cut out a horse and done that and put that into a paddock. You can do anything you like. So now that my little white dots are dry, I'm going to put this where I'd like it to sit on my page, and I'm just going to put a light little couple of pencil marks so I can see where the edge is, because I'm going to do a couple of other little shapes and I want them to go inside. So I've just got a circular thing, a bit of tape, and I'm just going to just put some circles, some half in, some half out, and we'll just see how that goes. Then we'll pop this in and we'll get a bit of a glue stick. Nicely put that glue around, pop it where you want it, and then you could get your black pen and you could draw those circles. You might decide to draw shapes in them. You might decide to follow along the idea. Didn't quite get that right, but it doesn't really matter. Remember, it's just playing, it's experimenting, it's doing whatever feels fun, and that's all it is. And as we do that, it's surprising how much we learn. You can see I always do everything in a hurry. I'm always in a hurry. But that, of course, is why I like urban sketching. It's quick, it's fast. In actual fact, I think I'm going to leave it like that. So there you go. Tracing paper, put some paint on it, make a background, do whatever you like. Just have some fun. Alright? So join in with me on Creating Vision Journals Together, the private Facebook group. Probably seen this, or you may have seen it on YouTube. If that's the case, subscribe to that. Come over to my private Facebook group, Creating Vision Journals Together, where we're going to be growing our ideas on creating images for our awesome experiences, and that's going to be a lot of vision boards, and we're going to do a lot of different images. So I'll catch you there. See ya.